Hello again folks, welcome back to my series of Nottingham Forest videos on Champ Manager 0102. So yeah, we've got quite a lot done here. We're just waiting to start the new season. I did set up a pre-season friendly against Man United, but unfortunately they cancelled it, so we're just going to go straight into the season here. Got a game kicking off against Sheffield Wednesday, and I'm just going to play through this a month at a time on the videos. Hopefully that won't take too long for each one then. So we're going to play through August here, but first of all, just going to catch you up on the wheelings and dealings. So you can see the financial status has now went to bankrupt, which means I can't turn down offers for any players at the moment. However, we've made a good dent in it. We went from 18 million down to 10, and we have sold a few players. So we've got a few high profile ones. Unfortunately, couldn't hold on to David Prutton. He went to Newcastle for 1.8. Bart Williams to Charlton there. So these are all the players going out. 7.5 million in transfers. It's a good start, and it's put a fair chunk of it in there. So if we can get it below sort of 7 or 8 million, it should go out of bankruptcy again. And brought a good few players in. Got Rosario here, Echo, so he's going to be a decent striker there. Augustin, although he's been sold again. And got the Greek winger there, Moriatis, Jalpaiva, Andy Williams. He's going to be a great player to have if the squad gets thin, because he can basically play anywhere. I would always just sign this guy because defender and attacking midfielder, right, left and centre. So the only position he can't play is striker, but you could probably still give him a chance. He's got finishing 19, so just get this guy if you get the chance. Luis Martinez, he's a half decent central midfielder there. Only got one of the goalkeepers that I put in for, but that's all I was really after. I did get Ramon here, and he's good. He's even got a bit of interest already, so he's worthwhile having. Another one that I forgot to mention in the other videos, David Fox, great little central midfielder, young here, 17 years old. He'll develop well, so he's in. And we did actually get Zubov in, so I was happy with that one, the Ukrainian right winger. So he'll be my third foreigner in the squad in the starting 11, so he is decent. And Bratino, he'll be the replacement for Prutton, so I'm quite happy with that as well. So just going to show you how the squad sets up. We did also get the coach in, Kenny Swain, so he's going to be doing my skills training for now. Yeah, so we're going to go with the tactic I showed you in the earlier videos, test Derange. Real emphasis on the wingers here, so I'm glad I've got in the guys I've brought in, especially Zubov. He'll be great there. Going to have our two strikers and attacking midfielder, central midfielders here, and your three centre halves. So it's a pretty straightforward formation. It works really well. We'll see how I get on with Sheffield Wednesday in just a moment then. So yeah, so we're going to go with Ramon in goals here, and for our defenders we've got we'll go Bratino on the left side, Edwards in the middle, and Simica on the right hand side. Bratino can play either feet, so he's either footed, so he's great to put on the left hand side. Edwards there, Welsh international, better give him a better squad status there, although he's not really looking the best on stats there, so what we'll do is we'll go with Vaughan because he's pretty decent actually. And then we'll put Bratino in the middle. We'll put Simica in the middle, Bratino on that side. And then we've got our wingers, so starting off not too well here, not too bad here I should say, sorry. So we've got Rogers, good pace. He's a defender, midfielder left, so he's pretty versatile. So he'll play on the left wing spot, Zubov on the right wing spot. And then for our central midfielders, we've got Jones and Williams as the main two. I think again Williams will be either footed yet, so we'll put him on the left side, Jones on the right. And then for our attacking midfielders, we've got Freeman and Adolfo left here. So we'll start with Freeman is worth more money, but I love the stuff Adolfo does, so we'll put him in here because he'll surprise us here. And then we'll go with the strikers. I'm going to go with Johnson, and John, I'll put Ike on the bench because Johnson will likely get sold and I want a bit of interest in him. So substitute goalkeeper will be Ward. Then we've got this guy here, centre half, and we'll go with Martinez, Reed, Harewood, because they can play strikers and wingers, so they're good for to have on the bench. So yeah, there's the starting 11. We're going to make Batrinu the captain. Influence 17, he's a solid captain. He's the oldest player in the squad as well at 30, so he's the man to start with there. Yeah, so let's get our squad numbers picked, and then we will kick off the first game. There we are. Zubov number 7. 9 and 10 for the strikers. And then we've got Rogers, left wing, just all the rest there. Perfect, so here we go. Moment of truth for the tactics, the team. Remember, I haven't spent any money whatsoever here. I haven't had any money to spend. I've already reduced the debt by 8 million, so it's a pretty good start. So let's see how we get on. So this is a pretty good tactic. You'll probably see a few goals coming in. It's not always the strikers that get the goals as well. Tend to see a lot of goals from the wide players, and you can see we're 3 up inside half an hour there, so it looks like this is going to work pretty well with the players we've got. Sheffield Wednesday is one of the better clubs in the first division as well, so it's a good measuring stick. They're one of the teams that tends to be in or around the playoff spots there in the game. So good first half there, 3-1 lead, and we'll just see if anybody's running out a bit of gas there, because we didn't do any pre-season friendlies, so we'll give Mr. Vaughan a little break there in the second half. So yeah, like you can see, it's worked out pretty well straight away there, getting a good result. So although maybe spoke too soon, that's 3-2 now. Yeah, don't say it's a good result to the end, Scott. That would be silly, because it's now 3-all, and that's came back to haunt me. Looks like the goalkeeper's having a howler, so we'll give him a bit of mercy there. A couple of changes, so we'll see if we can claw it back again. A draw's not a terrible result, I guess, in the first game, but we'll see. That is a bad one though, because that was like they were flying so quickly there. Oh, there we go. Simica rescues the day. Oh. So yeah, considering the clangers from the goalkeeper there, that's a pretty good result. And you'll see with the match ratings we're getting here, so that's worth a warning. That's poor performance there. So if I get players that are like 5 or below, I tend to start dishing out the warnings, because that's not good enough. I mean, you should be doing better than that. But yeah, you can see a couple of 8s there. Johnson gets man of the match. So yeah, solid start with that game. So we'll just move on through the month of August. There's not going to be much transfer activity for the moment, because there's not really anybody available free. I've got a few that are up for sale, so it's going to just be a case of when the bigger clubs come in with offers, because they'll know, because you're in debt as well, you can't negotiate the offers, so something's going to happen, sooner or later. What does sometimes happen as well is you may get a new board taken over and they'll clear the debt, so that's a possibility. But the way it sits at the moment, I've got enough players to get me through the season. I don't need any more players, so that's a good spot to be in at the start. And then when it comes to like December, end of December, we'll check for free transfers for going up into the Premier League, hopefully, fingers crossed. So next game is away to Stockport. Stockport are not a great side in this league, so I'll be hoping for a win here. They're one of the teams that usually tends to get relegated. They don't have a lot to offer. A couple of good players, but I would want to win this one. Stern John, you'll find he's really good all-round striker. He'll get a few goals here as well. Go for Williams. Yeah, conceding again, so hope that's not the keeper's fault again. Here we are, David Johnson. He's a solid striker, like he's got good pace and stuff. Finishing could be a bit better, but he's one of the players if we do manage to clear the debt, we can get a good price for him. Because I find with strikers, like I do regularly sell strikers and buy other ones because it's a good way of building up money. There's always a half decent striker out there that will get you goals. The players that I tend to try and hold on to are centre halves, because if you get good centre halves, they're not so easy to come by as well. So hold off on selling those guys. But if ever you get a big money offer for a striker, I would just kind of take it. If it's more than they're worth, always do it, because you can always bring in a striker. And we're absolutely on fire against Stockport here. Yeah, all holding up pretty well fitness wise as well. So yeah, thrashing of Stockport there, 5-2. That's a really good result, and good player ratings as well. So really happy with that one. You can see Alan Rodgers getting a 9 out of 10 man in the match there. So good start to the season. We've got 2 wins on the board already, and we haven't spent any money. So all good. Also, it's a little League Cup tie away to Hartlepool. So yeah, this is a game that we would expect to win. You never know with this game, but this should be a walk in the park, this one. So good thing with this game as well is if you do happen to get to the later stages of the cups, like if you win the League Cup, which is not unheard of, it's possible, but it's unlikely if you get Man United in the final or whatever. But if you win the League Cup, you'll get into the Europa League, then known as the UEFA Cup. And even I've seen it if you only even get to the FA Cup final. If you play Man United in the FA Cup final and they win the league, you will still get into Europe. So that's kind of pipe dreamy, I guess, but I've seen it happen before. But yeah, we're definitely going through to the next round here. And you can see, like Adolfo, like I mentioned there, his value will start going up. He's got a couple of goals there, which is great. So yeah, this is an absolute annihilation job here. Although we're still letting in goals, but you don't mind if you're 6-2 up at half time. Yeah, might just give Adolfo a little breather here, keep him fresh, and Zubov. Sorry guys, we've got a bit of a dry throat here, sorry if you hear me coughing there. But yeah, this is looking like a good start. Goals galore. Still half an hour to go. 8-2. So this will be a record for a while then, by the looks of it. Something going to be an all-time record game, goal scoring game, and only the third game here, because I don't think I've seen that before. So that is crazy. But they are a good bunch of players. There's going to be a few 10 out of 10s there. Yeah, Adolfo, Stern John. He's a good player. So yeah, you can see there's a bit of interest developing in Simica and Ramon, so they might go soon, but we'll see. I'm just going to have a quick check to see if anybody else is available on a free just now. So yeah, you can see there's another goalkeeper popped up there, Rodri, so always worth going back and having a look, because you will tend to have less competition for players the further into the season it goes. Again, this guy, Vijovic, he's a great player, but he probably won't get a work permit, but I'll try anyway. But he also does want a fair bit of cash. And we've got Marco Negri, might be a shout. Yeah, might be able to get him. So yeah, so we'll try those guys. Clever's a good player, but he won't get a work permit. He doesn't have any international caps. And I think we said, yeah, Diawara, he's going to be an injury case, so we'll leave him alone. But there's a couple of other players that we'll see if we can get them in. So we've got Walsall at home here for the next game. I'm hoping that the playing a month to month, it's going to work out roughly about 20 minutes, which we should be on track for here. So we'll crack on with this one. Walsall's another one of these clubs in the Championship. You know, they're not the best. They've got a couple of good players, but you know, you'd have your work cut out starting with them. I don't think they've got much money. You know, they've not got a big stadium, so should hopefully get the win here, and we're a couple goals up again. But that was the case with Sheffield Wednesday, and they came back at us. So you never know. Yeah, well, definitely will win most games with that tactic that I've set up. So can't recommend that one strongly enough. You know, if you don't have the time to make up your own tactic and you just want something that's solid and it works, go with that one. Which is the Testerangi there. So yeah, don't really need to make any changes at half time there. They're all pretty solid. So we'll just let that one run. You can see as well, even though we're in the Championship or the First Division, still getting 24,000 at a home game against Walsall. So you can see that the potential support's there with Nottingham Forest. You know, once we do get up through the leagues, or up to the Premier League, then you know we'll start filling the ground out, and we can even look for a capacity extension once the money's there, which it's not at the moment, of course. But yeah, that's looking like another solid win there. Top of the league after 3 games. So yeah, it looks like we're not going to have much difficulty getting promoted at all. Which I kind of expected, but I didn't want to kind of be too cocky about that. The challenge for this is now going to be just clearing the debt, and then we can really start bringing in some proper, you know, long-term quality players. Yeah, got Negri in here, so he's good to have. So what I'll do with that with Negri is he'll then become a 4th striker. I'm not going to start him ahead of Johnston or Stern John, but what we'll do is we'll just pop Paiva into the reserves there, and he can train as a hot prospect now. She's not happy about, but so what? He's on a contract. He'll come round. There we are. So we're starting this final game for the month of August away to Norwich. So hoping for a 4th league win in the trot, but we'll see. We'll have to drop points at some point. Pretty happy with the way the players are all playing though. It seems to be pretty well balanced. Decent enough defence. I mean, the goalkeeper had a clanger against Sheffield Wednesday, but it happens. Main thing with this though is we'll see goals coming from not just the strikers but the wingers Adolfo will chip in with goals here and there as well, so should work out pretty well. You see who else is up there. So you got Man City. They're having a pretty decent start. They've got a really good squad for this level, but they don't necessarily win the league every time, which is strange. I tend to see West Brom up there sometimes, although they've not started great. Millwall's half decent, and Watford are pretty good. But yeah, it looks like we're going to be putting Norwich away quite easily. Yeah, not much need to make any changes there. And then Zuboff getting a couple of goals, so he's come in straight away. Good right winger, good pace. It was just a question over the work permit, but that one surprised me actually. Here we are, 5-1. So yeah, we will be in the Premier League next year by the looks of it. There we are then, so that finishes off for August with Nottingham Forest. Really good start to the season, 4 wins in the league, demolition job in the cup with poor old Hartlepool there. You can see Valkovic isn't really ready to come to us, so we'll just leave him for now as well. But yeah, that's all good. Top of the league, 4 games played, and we'll come back in the next video to go over the next month, which will be September. So I hope you're enjoying these, folks. Just leave any comments and anything else you'd like to see. But yeah, good stuff, and catch you later.